But you know, what's the fun in a controlled combat? He said. Actually, couldn't they do it right now? Aren't we already high level enough for that? Just, you know... Where the fuck was it? Yeah, I was about to say 5. It is. Chaotic commands. Suggestion charm, domination commands, leap maze, and confusion spells. Maze spells are kind of fun. There's a shadow thief there. Let's keep that in mind. And a mad cleric. A friend of Galen's, my brother says you're welcome to enter if he likes. You, Bowworm, pray that Cyric allows you to become one of his holy worshippers. Cast aside whatever false god you pray to and embrace the Prince of Lies and all his majesty. No. That reminds me of a certain other, very much so, mad follower of Cyric. But he was a lot more fun. It is, yeah. Little... I've got to shorten it to Riser because that's easier to remember. Reminds me of a certain alchemist now that I think about it. Yes, thank you very much, of course, for the advice. It's always nice when somebody actually gives you good advice. And considering how much bad advice you can get in especially games like this. It's a nice gesture, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. I won't have to pluck out my eyes, will I? You mock the Prince of Lies! Roar! Hey, it's a legit question after what we have seen in the Temple District, you know? After that, it's a very legit question. Stop that. Stop that. But we just encountered a cult full of people that were more than willing to, you know, rip out their own eyes. I think it's a legitimate question if you approached by another weirdo to go like, does it involve plucking out my eyes now? Okay. Oh, look, it's a helpful man. My, what might he have to say? It's just a shade of thought, but you looked new to the city, and I wondered if I might lend you a hand. Like you? How do you mean? I don't mean anything bad by that. You just don't have the look of one of the locals. Just in the way you wear your tunic, or maybe how you stand. And if a friendly word or two, or your experience otherwise. This place can treat newcomers quite rude sometimes. Sure, what advice do you have for me? Not much. I don't claim to be an authority or anything, just like meeting new people. I say one thing though, I don't go out much at night. We got these guilds, you see. Ain't so bad, but there's another guild that's fighting them. I've seen people get caught in the middle, and it isn't pretty. Mostly only happens at night though. You've seen quite a bit of that actually at this point. I mean, it's 3 XP, why wouldn't I? The city is much more impressive during the day anyway. Thanks for the word of warning. Anything else? Nope. Have a good stay at Katla. Safe travels, friend. Safe travels indeed. I was about to say again. I would very much like to save though.
If that's what you want.
Might be a better idea to send my sheep in. I smell traps. I always smell traps. For some reason. Oh. No trap, eh? Impressive. Actually, how rich am I at the moment? 44,000, right? That's... What to say? We could, of course, take up every last little potential +1, +2, whatever the fuck it was. Start collecting them, A for use and B for selling. That would be such a pain in the ass. And fills up your inventory so fucking fast. A black market thief. You're trying to sell me. Sure, let me see what you have. Another sling. Some scrolls. Of course, technically speaking, every last single magical scroll is technically speaking an illegal item in the fucking city. For the simple fact that magic is, of course, very much so controlled. Let's have that. You have a sling +1 in your inventory. I don't know why. I should probably take a look at it. I think because I replaced somebody else's sling. I'm not gonna sell your fucking katana. I'm not a monster. Not for the most part, that is. I can sell that though. And for the rest... Yeah, you have a sleeping plus one. You're using those anyway. You can give me that scroll as well, because I'm pretty sure I can put that away. That. Yeah, that's a sleeping plus two. Yeah, it is also a sleeping plus two. Okay, so that is actually for sale. Yes, nice. Oh, little dead body. I would like to say that my backpack must look very, very interesting, you know. In my backpack you have a little bag for gems, you know, a little scroll case, a random bow shaft for no reason, and the wave shaft. And then there's a fucking dead body, some acorns, and a little ferret. Looking around rather confused, probably.
An excellent day for whatever you're after.
Yes, yes, it is indeed an excellent day. Isn't it? No, no, we're not gonna steal from these people, but we're gonna talk to them.
Good to see a like-minded friend to be.
Who are you? After sure haven't been here long, I be Siege, one of the good fellows here in the Shadow Thieves. The Shadow Thief, you admit to being a thief. Bite your tongue, I'm no thief, I'm an assassin of the highest order. You'd be well advised to guard your tongue here amongst the Shadow Thieves. Because yes, the Shadow Thieves, very much rather obvious, are not just a thieves guild, but they are a criminal guild in the most general sense. Basically, they do pretty much all the shit in the city. From assassination to thievery, all in one packet deals, basically. What kind of place is this? Well, that's let you in, so you must belong here. This is the guild hall for the Shadow Thieves. Let me make you welcome. Oh, I will leave in then. Because I'm not gonna have to look much out for my belt pouch. If somebody is actually stupid enough to try and steal from me, they will very, very quickly learn
My counsel. Yoshimo is willing.
their lesson.
Yes,
I'll go
tell
through
me
there.
all about it.
Of course, now there's another guild in the city that is also very much so a one-in-all deal package nonsense. Which of course the Shadow Thieves are not too happy about. For mysterious reasons, they do not really like to having, you know, a competition.
Whatever.
Especially the sort of competition that is just as ruthlessly willing to murder, maim, and do other horrible things. Although, to be fair, that is not really surprising at all. Can I get away with stealing something from you? Maybe, but it's not worth it. I don't think. I do remember that I once, a very long time ago, basically went around all the buildings, made save games, stole and killed everybody inside, to see. And usually I found out it wasn't really worth it.
Still here.
Am I? But isn't the freelancer, Yoshimo, come to see me at last? And he saw that these trees had opened up and swallowed you whole, dear lad. I'm so pleased that you gave any thought at all to my well-being, sir. I shall wish good to be remembered by one's peers. The Thieves have such a huge building open here as headquarters. On one hand, yes. On the other hand, I can actually see that happening. It's a bit like how some organized mafias are actually somewhat accepted or understood to be by the authorities. So they're kind of acting out on the open. They have usually, you know, a nice storefront so that they can at least pretend to work along with the law. Well, everybody, of course, knows that's not gonna work. Take the Yakuza, for example. They act out in the open quite often. They actually own whole fucking businesses and shit. And nobody's really doing anything about that. So long as, you know, there's some agreement. In a medieval town like this, I can totally see that the guild is considered to be a legitimate part of the city. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if these assholes actually pay taxes to the city. You know? Of course, you know, the city will never actually agree to what they're doing on the side, but for the most part, you know, as long as they're paying their taxes for their official businesses, nobody's gonna complain about it, is it? I can actually see that happening. But, yeah, under more normal circumstances, but the city and the lawmakers would be actually very much opposed to have such a giant fucking plot on their city. Yeah, acting that brazenly out in the open would not be workable at all. But yeah, kind of depends on the circumstances. And at least the Shadow Thieves have the advantage going on that they're basically the old criminal syndicate in the city. They've been around for quite a while, so they do know how the show runs, basically. compared to the newcomers at least, who take no fucking bloody caution whatsoever. Because you would assume that normally outright attacking the Shadow Thieves is a very, 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 very bad idea for anyone. After all, don't even want to know how many politicians and city guards and probably prison guards and probably council members they have in their pockets. I'm assuming it's gonna be quite a lot. And hey, as long as they're not outright murdering in the streets, I guess it's a more beneficial thing for the whole. I'm sure somebody's gonna suffer from it, yeah. These thieves are not gonna get rich off sitting around doing nothing. Yeah, but the Japanese are a bad example, but think of the classical Italian mafia, for example. They too act quite brazenly and quite openly sometimes, depending a bit on the place, and get away with it. Because it's just, gently speaking, understood. Yeah, it's just a thing. It's kind of difficult, but yeah. Technically speaking, criminal organizations can get that big. And of course, officially, I would say they're not actually having this building as the Thieves' headquarters. Officially, it's probably going to be either rented as a warehouse or as a transport business or something. They're going to have at least a cover story for why they have this building. What's actually going on in here? I mean, who cares? So long as it's not your fucking neck on the line. I wish I can well I light up my pipe again. I do love playing Baldur's Gate, especially when some people come around and actually engage with it. It makes it all the better, I have to say. It's actually a good example of just how strange the Japanese can be. Bit of a tangent, mind you, that we were going on here. But in part, the Japanese have a very strange history. I mean, you have to imagine that by the time the Second World War came around and the Japanese were involved in it, at this point the Japanese were out of feudalism for like, what, 100 years or so? Which is remarkably little time. The Japanese caught up to modern, quote-unquote modern values really, really, really quickly, comparatively speaking, where most other, especially of the European nations, took a long time to change things around, slowly but ever so surely. And I think part of the reason why the Japanese are such a interesting, although in some respects really, really strange society, is because they basically took the jump from being a completely feudal system towards a modern system, a more modern system, in such a short time, have left them with a lot less time to learn. I mean, it's not going to be as bad as, calling them primitive or anything, mind you. They're absolutely not. In some fields they're actually leading. But I have a lot of a mixed value system that still kind of reflects the old values, the very old values to some degree. Very much so. And of course, as the Second World War proved rather efficiently back then, well, they were also still very much susceptible to superstition and other things. Which lead to that whole, the Emperor being a sun god, a literal sun god, and I dare you to say otherwise, situation. Not really the best situation to be in. And even after the Second World War, of course, until today, the Japanese found themselves in a very interesting situation, to put it mildly. It's a strange people. Fascinating, mind you, of course, but and interesting. At least when you look from the more old-fashioned European countries' perspective, and the changes these countries had to go through. No, luck is a real thing, don't you know it? Literally. I can tell you why luck is a real thing, okay, There are ships that, sail through the open waters, manage to get into a minefield and go boom. You have other ships that sail 3 fucking times into a minefield. Every single time they hit a mine, and every single time it's a dud. Now you tell me that's not fucking luck. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. Of course, you cannot just put all the Asian cultures together in just one pot and go like, well, that's the Asian culture. They do diverse, they do that diversify, of course. Mostly because, you know, different people will come to different conclusions, leading to different forms of, and the sheer differences of the environment lead to changes. It's a really interesting topic to talk about. Although, to be fair, Baldur's Gate is probably not the best background for that long-lasting cultural debate about how different cultures evolved and came to where they are. Yeah, it's called luck. It's like, that is quite the most real-life example of a gacha game you can have. Some ships sail into a minefield and get immediately blown up by the very first fucking mine they meet. Other ships go in, go like plonk once, plonk two, go like, okay, that's 2 mines. They didn't explode. Nice. Good times. But yes, luck is a very, very, very real force that you should believe in it. Very much so. Very important. If you don't, you might find yourself out of luck at some point. Whew. Call it what you want. At the end of the day, that's just the forces of luck. That's why we call some ships lucky ships. Because they are, indeed, very, very, very lucky compared to everyone else. Like, you know, being involved in every major battle that has ever happened in the Pacific and just coming out like nothing happened. I mean, you know, we got a bit shot, maybe, you know, got a few growth goals, but meh, I'm just gonna sail out of here again. Good times. Well, I reminded you were one of my peers. I suppose to Rectech Independent infringing on our territory. You're too much, Yoshi. Yoshimo, if you please. I come from such a pet name is only used by... let us say that you and I have not become so familiar just yet. Point taken. Have you finally come to pay your debt for your recent activities? Are we to simply trade barbs until I'm forced to do something hideous? Only try to do something hideous. Let's see how that works out. What task would he have for us? Great, that's not going to work out well for us, is it? But now I'm apparently more interesting to the Shadow Thieves than, well, a freelancer.
You'll have to excuse me if I stare, as you're not quite what I was expecting. From all I've been told, I was expecting someone larger.
Well, I was expecting from the leader of the Shadow Thieves myself. As well. You're one of them like Bloodscalp, you do tend to raise expectations, I assure you did. I'm more than I seem. I have literal divine blood in my veins. Try to be dead, bitch. What is it you wish of me then? Really particular task you have, eh? Go with the usual approach of, what payment would I be looking for? That actually sounds pretty damn fine. No, that's fine, I agree to do as you ask, just so long as we can get some good money out of it. Fair enough. Remind me a bit of myself when I first arrived here. Yes, I'm just that good. Get your English, me, and this will ease your freelance activity debts. So long as you help player, they will be overlooked. For now. Get good to me. There's finding evidence on my work. Get the weapons you need to present to my last man to gain access. I'm sure I don't have to tell you to be careful, do I? No, I don't think so. Just head to the storefront in the central docks area and speak to the storekeeper. Gosh, sure, people's time and let you the guild house proper. Work for my bar as long as it takes to collect your evidence and bring whatever you can find to me. Waiting to receive it most eagerly. I do faintly remember this quest. I do think I remember this quest, yeah. Basically what we're supposed to be doing is dealing a bit with the competition, so to speak, for the Shadow Thieves. We're going to do so by finding incriminating evidence against my bar. You might be wondering how the fuck are you supposed to be doing that? Well, that's pretty damn fucking easy. All you have to do is go over there, get yourself hired as a guard, and then, you know, do your job for a little bit. Works like a charm. Very good battle strategy. Not much. We accepted a bit of a side job for the Shadow Thieves, and now we are basically on our way to do just that. Overall, it's a new district. We're gonna do all the quests.
Jahira, my darling, so good to see you. Won't you come sit and chat a while?
You sound suspicious, don't you?
I am sorry. Do I know you?
Kinda expected that sort of reaction. You're just like, who the fuck are you supposed to be? Yeah. Your name, please? Our employer, particular employers. I am their employer. Employer, you ruined me. Not remembering is even a greater insult. Hereby I destitute today. But your king accused me of breeding slaves in Kellamshan. Obviously, I got lava taken. She made a poor part. You don't even remember. Well, but I wanted you to say it. I wanted others to hear. Quite the outburst. I told me you're still at odds with your new life. What's that type of insolence I was talking about? It's not enough that you ruined a man, you must also berate him. She's completely ignoring the barren part, of course. And as you did and said, well, humiliated. The gods did not seem to think that was warranted, so they claimed your assets instead. If poverty is gratifying, you must live at all. I would suggest you change your tone. I'm not in a mood for giving charity to old slavers. You must defy, I see. Still a helper. A strong, loud one too. That fellow colleague you were once with was a better compliment. See as well. It's none of your concern. If you value your teeth, you will not speak that name again. You dirty it. Ah, yes, very well. How about your companions? Do they count themselves among the harpers as well? No. I do not number myself among that group or any other. But you told her. I hope you keep yourself separate from their interest while helping one of their own. No matter. You're not my intended victim. Here, I'm going to repay the harm you did me. I did not find you by accident. I'll make you pay for your libelous ways. The shame you have caused me. I think that word means what you think it means. You're about trading slaves, you know. How am I libelous? Sad point. When is it that you ruined me, and I'm going to ruin you?
Just done, employer. Speak.
My gift to you. You will be slowly destroyed just as my family was. It is my curse. My nasty curse. That was something I had made just for you. I may not see your lingering death, but I will smile knowing it will happen. Tonight I sleep beneath Rex, I could have heard this wasting death for you. We made you a slaver. You just loved the prophet. I mean, fair enough, he's kinda, you know, putting the blame, trying to blame a bit wrongly. It's like nobody forced you to be an asshole and a slaver. Well,
By the horns of silver.
that's not good.
I plant them beneath the stones of ice if I...
Are you alright? Yep, he's cursed you. How do we get rid of that curse? Well, that's probably not gonna work. Yes, what can be done? Maybe the only option. Sailor to meet might resist removal by normal means. An employer would have done this. The solution was simple. Like going to a temple and go like, please remove curse. Yeah. And he's also had to look. I'll have a few options. He lived in Squala, suggesting he may be in the poor section of the city. Not likely to find him quick though. Ranges of without colors might be traceable. Let's get the government building. So magic is regulated in Atkatla. They will talk. Let's mention Belgrade. Imagine it helped expose Prague. He frequents the Copper Coronet. The bartender Bernard might know his whereabouts. Well, I guess we have an immediate quest that takes a bit of a priority, I suppose. Ah.
If that's what
It's a cold and dreary day when there's no common state to pay hospitality to his guests. Come, enter and be welcome at the sea's bounty.
Okay.
you desire.
Just before we continue a little exploration, we shall find ourselves with a need to
Nothing to it.
save our little Jahira from getting slowly dead and deader. Well, maybe now that we're a lucky ship, maybe that explains why it's not sinking. Maybe each luck far outstrips the curse of its predecessors. Who knows? It like this. It doesn't hurt you to believe in a good bit of luck. And it gets the job well done indeed.
Very well.
Okay, let's see if we cannot find ourselves a nice little asshole. And make sure he's dead. Could happen, you know. It would be a devil's proof to prove otherwise. Now, where is the guy I'm looking for? Bernard. Hello, Bernard. You will talk to me. I do value my party. Look about 90. I will. Yes. Need to find Belgrade. Where is he? He's dead. Okay, that's not good. Hello. A Joe McFly. From Italy. Oh. There's a second Italian who comes by and goes like, yes, Baldur's Gate is awesome. Nice to have you out. Well, thank you very much. Although, to be fair, you know, it feels a bit undeserving of respect because I do enjoy playing this game, to be fair. So, thank you anyway, Yes, and the last thing you gifted me made me sick in the head. Thank you very much. We're still gonna play a bit more of that, mind you. I do want to play more with it, it's just that I'm not gonna be ever able to manage more than 2 hours of that without feeling sick. He's dead. Well, he died. Plague that only affects harpers. Is anybody surprised that there would be a plague, a specific plague that would only affect harpers? It might also go by another name. Poison. Because there are quite a few people who are not really agreeing with the harpers' modus operandi for most of the time. Because yes, if you boil it down, they have a tendency to put their noses in everyone's business. If there's so much as suspect there could be some business going on. And they're not really bound by laws. For example, you know, take this whole slaver business. Yes, technically speaking, slavery is a bad thing. Yes. And in quite a few parts of the world, even in the world of Faerun, slavery is of course outlawed, forbidden, and looked down upon as the very cruel practice that it is. However, there are also parts of this world where that is not the case, where slavery is actually kind of allowed. In such places, you know, breeding slaves is not really a crime, it's the same as breeding any other livestock. When on Italian channels, not understand listening to English or other language as well, just reading. Ended up here following the categories industry. Interesting. Interesting journey. Well, sadly, however, the last time I tried speaking some Italian, I murdered the language so hard, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a massive curse from that direction at some point. That will probably have me choke on some spaghetti or pizza or something. Which would be an interesting way to go. Sadly, I can't help you much with that. Alternatively, I could try speaking German, but that's also not gonna help you much now, is it? Shit. But hey, thanks for dropping by anyway. It's nice, isn't it? I don't need to know if you have seen the Bone Employer. It would be kind of fun to die of that, to be fair. It would amuse me greatly. Hey, welcome here. I'm let you exposed it. Let's see. Okay. Interesting. What did I actually say for that? The east end of the slums. Better place than anywhere else, speaking of employer. Just haven't we can eat spaghetti. That would be actually rather interesting, but no. We're looking for someone. Someone important. From a party. Because I do like Chihira. I do like to have her around. Especially now that she's single again. It's like, oh, that's tasty, isn't it? She figures up it. Oh, little Jordan. McFloy from Italy has decided to follow. Thank you very much. And welcome aboard. Welcome aboard indeed. Okay. At the east ends of the slums. I have no idea.
What do you like?
I don't want to talk to Galen.
Of course.
I mean, there's this slaver house, which we were in there. I don't think there's anything new in here. I mean, it would be rather surprising. I think so there, but we're gonna check it out anyway. Because that seems to be an interestingly connecting point, technically speaking. Although I don't think that's gonna mean much. I don't actually remember how to solve this quest, to be fair. But hey, I want to find out one way or another. What I do, however, remember is that Baldur's Gate has a tendency to be very direct in its threats, so to speak. Choking not a schnitzel, eh? If you can at least make it a Schweinshaxe, I'll be willing to take that. Ooh, one hell of a way to go. That would probably bring an interesting amount of laughs. You know, that's not gonna work, eh? Characters, you know? That area is like, no.
However I can.
I believe I can go through walls. Everyone else is like, yeah. I'm not that powerful of mage, I'll have you know. I'll have you know indeed. Yeah, come here, my little people.
Yes.
Actually, I'm running out of coffee. It is not a good state to be in. In any case, we will have to solve at some point.
Not to.
Okay. But now nothing's here. Well, I mean, I guess I can go for a beer as well. Coffee and beer. Following up the coffee with a beer. That's an interesting case. Yeah, sure, fine, I can drink a beer, I suppose.
Like a good enough sort.
How much room do you have? 2 little wee ones. No, 4 wee ones. Huh. Can't even get your story straight, eh? You'll get no money from me. If you want it back to me, it's okay, but at least be somewhat more reasonable about it. Who the fuck do I need to talk to solve this, actually? It's a good question.
Ooh, a pleasant day, yes?
You tried to tell me that all you have to sell is turnips. Well... So much tight in anticipation of turnip pleasure. My stock will be gone by then. Sad thing indeed. Actually, pretty good sales pitch you're going for there. So before we continue, I will have to grab myself a beer, as I have been asked to do so, of course. And I will, of course. I mean, who am I to say no to such a grandiose offer? Give me a second. Should have one relatively close. Well, it is the evening, after all. A very fair time to drink a beer, I would say. There's my opener. There's my opener. I do always thought it a grand idea to get paid to drinking beer. It feels like a rather interesting situation, doesn't it? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So now we need to think about this. Now the only other clue we have at the moment is the government official to ask about the majors. I don't think that's going to work out well, because if they're not really, really obvious, any organization that is directly involved with the cold majors will not know about majors. But I will try our luck. And to pick up the previous point, Baldur's Gate is a bit of a bitch when it comes to its quest system. Because when the game tells you that you are poisoned and that you will fucking die, what the game means is, I'm gonna start a timer now. It's gonna count down, and once that thing reaches 0, you will die. It has been true for Baldur's Gate 1, when you were poisoned by Malak. And if memory serves of this quest, pretty much the same. If you wait a few days, you know, by continuously doing long travels or just continuously resting at an inn, the hero will actually die. Because of course she will. That's kinda how the story is supposed to be going. And oh boy, would that be annoying.
Is there something that you need, citizen?
Let's see, you're not the right person I need to talk to. Who's the named person I need to talk to? There are quite a few here. I guess we're gonna just talk to everyone until we get a question like, hey, you know some strange mages around?
No churlishness, peasant.
Come
You are
on.
more than welcome in my sight.
Who of you knows something?
Is there a reason you are here? You should make an appointment to request an audience.
We have things up in our foot.
Who of you can tell me?
Speak up.
Ah, there it is. Looking for a mage, or a group of mages. They wear green and black robes as a uniform. No one knows that robes. That would not be your business if I did. The cold wizards will deal with such people. Leave and ask me no more such tricks. Okay, yeah. I did kinda tell you that that would not work out well. What to next?
I am one of the few who are chosen.
Yes. That's gotta work out well. We are available for hire. Right, a new mercenary group. Perhaps the Gold Wizard will watch mages closely, so there's a demand for mages to perform certain tasks, especially if they guarantee not to get caught. A valuable service indeed. What do you wish to offer me? I've encountered us before, in less sociable circumstances. Now I'm offering your assistance in performing a service for you. Performed a service for your enemy, that contract has expired. Now we have been asked to perform another task in the future. We find Mr. Ployer distasteful, even in comparison to others of his ilk. It would not disturb us to make other arrangements around that task in the future. Maybe to be there. Perhaps we are not. That is the offer I make today. An interesting offer. May I inquire as to what your absence might cost? Not participating employs little exercise. We might charge so 1,000 gold pieces. It's fucking low. Lower than the original service cost. May I ask guarantees you have that we will not turn on you in a likewise fashion? There is no guarantee, but our dislike for Ployer. I don't think we can get them to kill him outright. But they are mercenaries. I'm just gonna do it for free as well. Oh, I do like the odds. You have a deal. Good. We will not meet at the appointed time. We may just survive now, and we are paid to not help a mortally repugnant creature. Good day.
If you say so.
We still need to find him in the slums, though.
Of
It can pretty much only be this building, can it not? The only thing that makes sense, if you ask me. So we get a nice amount of XP for that, don't we? Like, you know, randomly dropping 10,250 of those. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Now then, let's see if my deduction is right. Of course, we already have been in there. Look at that.
Jahira, I see you have dragged your sorry soon-to-be carcass here to see me. Are you here to beg, perhaps to grovel?
I don't mind. Maybe keep my shoes. Yeah, that's certainly something Jahira would do.
Despicable. You despicable wretch. You knew I would come here.
I mean... Okay, let's go through this step by step. Employer. There's Jahira. Jahira's bound to get weak and weaker and die. Without any way of actually getting rid of that curse. Through normal means. Meaning that, yes, Jahira, rather obviously, your best bet is to use your Harper connections to find out where this asshole is. Come here and make damn well sure that curse is lifted. So, yes. If he's not a complete ridiculous idiot, he should be able to foresee that we will drop by at some point. Of course, I'm your only link to life, so what choice do you have? Come now, grovel for your life before me. I haven't got all day. And of course, Jahira is not going to just randomly bow down and start groveling. That's really not her style. I will, unless I get dissatisfaction and what now. Come now, I can cure you if you drop your pretense of dignity and get your chickly carcass on its knees. I'm not here to grovel, very weak, even dying, but I won't get that. I've come to take what is mine. Be free of your... But perhaps I cannot even speak. Now, of course, you will have to grovel in pantomime. What could be more degrading than that? He may be ill, but I'm fucking not. And we are fucking 5 people strong that are not ill at the moment. Will ever be. Am I understood? That's nothing. You came expecting an old man in hiding, but I had hoped Jahira would come. Because by the time she did, she would be utterly crippled. Enjoy crushing her, but I will settle for you. Meet my herlings. My last favors paid for them, and they are well worth it. Kill them. Attack. Now. Now. Mancho, kill them. Where are they? Now you will die. Will anyone weep for your passing? Allow me. Woohoo! I cry for pathetic old lawyer. That's just churlish, isn't it? Let's travel via ends. If a better deal comes along, they might just jump ship. Oh, damn you. It's happened again. Everyone against me. Everyone. Now we will talk deal. You will remove the curse and you will leave, never return. Do your own crimes. You don't want to die from them. Defend yourself. Spend half as much time trying to rebuild your life as plotting wrench. You would have recovered by now. Pathetic. But this is murder. I'm defenseless before you. Not murder. Execution for the good of the land. Your pathetic assistance is of no use to anyone. My life? Pathetic, am I? Pathetic? Was above all. Much more than you will ever be, your boss. Major Sonat, you will be dead. I don't want to let him walk away from this.
You will all die.
So, he picked up his sword, so now it's self-defense.
If that
A lock of Jahira's hair.
feel weak, but better,
God damn it. You shouldn't have started this conversation, because now I don't know what I said to you. Weak, ability, yes, whatever you wish. Just as long as there are no more of these fools in your past. Like him? No. Well, perhaps there was certainly one of her more wretched. See any more like him. I mean, we could probably just reload, so we can have the conversation properly. I mean, this is not really a fight that's, difficult in any way, shape, or form.
You despicable wretch! You knew I would come here.
I went through that. We went through that. Okay, let's do this. You immediately for the option that will make him attack me, because he is indeed a pathetic little wretch. Oh. Indeed. I just outpaid him.
I feel weak.
Hmm.
Better. I think.
Don't worry, Jahira. I'm not gonna let you die. I do kinda like Jahira. Not my most favorite of characters, mind you, but she's not a bad choice, I have you know. Of course, also because she's one of the characters you can engage with relatively much, thanks to the fact that she's one of the romance options. Well, technically speaking, one of the romance options. If we were a main, where, you know, had engaged with a bit of fuckery with the game, we could actually have enjoyed that. But no, people voted for making this as vanilla as it can be, and so vanilla it shall be. And in vanilla, I'll get you, as a woman, your choices of romance are somewhat limited, to put it mildly. Which is why we have our little arrogant priest boy with us. Because, you know, behind every great woman stands a nice little sexual relief toy, aka a fuckboy, and our little fuckboy will hopefully grow up to the task. We can only hope, of course. Because, you know, sadly enough, our female companions are all rather uninterested in the high art of chittering most profoundly, so our options are sadly rather limited. It's kind of sad because I was kind of looking forward to playing through the Vicunia romance again, but I guess we would need to actually be a man for that. I might play one at some point. I'll give it enough time and we'll probably go back to playing Baldur's Gate at some point in the future. Next time probably with a bit more in the way of mods, because if they are still around, that is, and if they're applicable to the Enhanced Edition, there's mods for far more party banter and Baldur's Gate 1 and shit that we could play around with. Let's see here. We'll get you to in as soon as we can. With the Curse Garden, you should heal normally. Certainly hope so. That weakness, sure. Permit his like again. Not let the court spare him. Better after night's rest. You should be. Okay. He's still kinda cursed, but that's gonna go away after a bit of rest and relaxation, so not much of a problem. Now back to the Harbor District. And do what we originally set out to do, namely exploring things. Let's just hope there's not much in the way of fighting. Excuse me.
If you say so.
We're kinda not set up for that. You owe Ibron money, pay me now. Pay you. How about I let you deal with my sword? Help, help! Welcher, Weile Welcher! How about you not fucking talk shit to me then? Okay, so that we can go. That we're gonna avoid because that's where the quest happens. We're gonna look through the other buildings first. After we're done with that, the only district left is the graveyard. Which makes it tempting to actually bring along... I can never remember his name. The dwarf that has a job there. He's a party member, and I think we're gonna leave a little winged elf back home for a spell.
I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Minotaurs. That's a found. Find.
Did that.
Not really the sort of thing you expect in the middle of the fucking city.
Take that.
If that's what you want.
You were energy drained. How the fuck were your energy? Probably because the trap that sprung on the door, isn't it? That's probably what gave her the energy drain, isn't it? Of course, because I also do some degree, at least now, kinda what we will have to face off against in a bit. Oh, that leads to here as well? Interesting. Is this the same one? The same fucking tomb? I have a distinct feeling it is, which means I can tell you what will happen if I actually open this. It's not gonna be a happy occasion. It moves easily. You touch the skull, its eyes blazes with an eerie light and it begins to speak. At last. Return to awareness. Oh yeah, what are you? I'm Cognac. I've been cursed. I'm dead yet not dead. Cursed to eternal entrapment in this tomb by cruel enemies. Cursed to a fate worse than death. But the curse can be reversed. With your assistance I may live again. I have suffered for so long. Will you help me? I do not intend to get involved in your battles. Please, I beg of you. Give you anything you want. Power, riches beyond number, anything. Anything, you say. What must I do to help? The means that did this to me from returning by tearing apart my mortal form, keeping the pieces separated. Must find my body that I might again take mortal form. Where might I find these parts? Very close. I have no doubt that they lie within the city. Tombs such as this. Enemies are predictable if nothing else. Seek my arms, legs, and torso. I'll be well rewarded for your efforts. Hurry, find the pieces and return.
How long do you intend to crack your whip on my back? I say we stop now.
Yeah, I remember how that particular one goes, and I can already tell you.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Promise of riches.
My lady, I feel most terrible about my burst of temper the previous day. Would you allow me the opportunity to apologize and try to explain?
Sure. Well, I will listen to what you have to say. My zeal for justice and valor can become too much. There's an anger in my heart that I cannot seem to control. Injustices everywhere, my lady, and I wish to do nothing but strike out against them. Indeed, will I do. I keep on striking out. The hate and anger only grow. Spoke to you of fighting against evil, I became angry. But it was more anger at my own inability to be as good and lawful as I might wish to be. Sorry, truly am. I'm unworthy of my vows. I know it's a fair point. Everyone feels that. I'm pretty sure everyone at least feels some anger and hatred for all the injustices they see. Well, yeah, we should probably introduce ourselves to the family and go like, hey, I'll take a new boy under my great leadership, so he'll learn some skills. Very important skills. How to please a lady amongst them. Okay, so that's the trade guilds. We're going to quickly finish up our exploration of the rest of the area. Then we'll see where that goes. Okay, so that we pick up there again. Where was the... There's it. Not really worth it, mind you, but alas, we'll take what we can get our hands on. That's the commoner. I'm not gonna steal from you then. Seems unnecessarily cruel. Hello, Cromwell.
Your chatterin's starting to wear on
Well, everyone in Miss Missy, already gets visitors with the blustering heat and all. Something I can do for you. Well, my name be Cromwell. Now I'm happy. Tell me who you are. Well, I'm player, obviously. Welcome to Miss Missy. Was there something that you needed from an old dwarf? What sort of something do you do? My armor from the scales of a basilisk, a helmet from my cockatrice, items to put fear into the hearts of the bloody gods themselves. Work be done from commissions. Give me ingredients and I can forge an item of power. Sure enough, it is a good living for a smith of my skill. Do you have anything that you could forge into an item? Couldn't rightly say. You look into your goods then. You've part of some sort there, is it? Let me see. Pretty enough pommel jam, but without the blade or the hilt of the weapon, I cannot forge it into one piece for you. Else do you have any bags? Out of a bow. A shaft that's been created by the great bow of Gazen, but you haven't Gazen's proper string. Ain't that, and I can reforge the bow for you. Look in here. Shaft of what was once a powerful halberd. And the blade for it, I could reforge the old weapon without much fuss. Okay. Right, you are the one I need to talk to if I want to reforge this item. I was about to say, the name Grumble rings a bell for some mystical reason, and, well, yeah, rather obviously it rings a bell. Because that's the guy we need to talk to if we want to reforge these weapons. Of course, first and foremost, to do so, you would need all the parts. Which we don't have yet, but alas, we'll pick them up soon enough. Potentially, maybe, hopefully. Let's see, is it loaded? Yes, it is. Good. That was important.
Young Anomen, a samurai of the West, roaming in service of God and Lord. Tell me something of your adventures.
And what shall I tell you of?
Tale of a whole beast slain, perhaps. A story of your jousts, if you wish. Well, mission was passed. Chosen spies of Torn were invited to a tournament in Rayatavin. We don't as captain of our delegation, of course. Of course. En route, we were attacked by a wyvern. Our combat fear the battle plans that had been drilled into my compatriots fell apart. The first man was killed by the beast's claws. It would have been a veritable slaughter had I not kept my wits about me. What happened? I jumped on its back and impaled it through the spine with my spear. Your heroic saved the day. I did what I had to as captain of the group. The other would have frowned heavily to let the novice fools be iced by the creature. Yeah, that is part of the reason why I never really liked to have him around. He's a bit of an... he likes to over-aggrandize himself just a tiny bit. Let's see here. Tell me what services you have then. When you weren't lying when you said that you had little to offer me. Ah, but that also means I can actually sell some stuff from my inventories, I suppose. As I said before, right now, combat is probably something we should try to avoid. Just because Jaheira is not actually in a state to do well in that particular regard.
What do you need? Fleet of foot and all that.
Yeah, kinda a good reason to be a bit careful. I've leveled up there.
That's what you
Let's see here. Anything down here? No. Okie dokie. There's an exit there. Interesting. Hello, person.
What can it be now?
Oh yeah, I forgot. The corpse in my inventory. I was rather hopeful for reward for this good deed. Right, yes, I suppose, for your trouble. Renfield appears ill. I must take him inside immediately. Thank you.
You require Yoshimo is willing.